good morning to you, my friends. I hope that you are fans of cold weather because winter has arrived in Southeast Texas. And it only took, well, I don't know how many days, but we've actually been in it. But it is here. And again, good morning to you. Glad you're going to hang around for a few minutes with us. I'm Dan Gresham. This is my house. So we do things a little bit differently here than we would if we were officially in the studio. It's much more casual. It's much more observational, if you will, that we look at things that are happening and we talk about them. This is not a newscast, I guess is what I'm trying to tell you. But hopefully you'll enjoy it either way. If you're here for the first time this morning, we love talking to you. We love talking about things that are going on in our community. And we really like to hear from you. And the way that you can interact with me this morning is simple, the same way that you would do on any other Facebook post. This is a live stream. I can see your comments, so you can post them at the bottom, and then I can go and look at them. Let me see if I can pull some of them up. For example, there's one. Chason saying good morning. Marie Jackson weighing in this morning. Ellen, always watching from the UK. Ellen, I assume you're in lockdown mode, right? As everybody in the UK is, along with Ireland, Germany, and a list of other countries, which we are not in this country. Some people are saying we should be. Some people are saying we should have been. But the reality is, I think you would be hard-pressed to ever get that genie back in the bottle. You know, now that people, I know, as deadly as it is, as many cases as we have, I'm just not sure you could ever do it. I mean, you could say we're doing, you could say we're, essential businesses only, but I have a feeling a lot of people would not heed that issue. I don't know. But anyway, it's not happening here now. Not sure it will again, but we do have a serious problem. And it's weird because of all the other things that are going on, our focus seems to be elsewhere instead of acknowledging the fact that we got a problem with this virus. We got a problem to the tune that 1 out of every 5 hospital beds in this country is filled with somebody who has COVID. I had a discussion with somebody today again, which just seems to be going round and round. They didn't die from COVID. They died. Maybe not, but the question is, did it hasten their death? Could they have survived if they didn't have the virus? That, to me, is a fair question to ask. Then you can say, oh, okay, well, these numbers, yeah, and you can argue the numbers all the time. But again, it's nice to have you with us, Eileen. See, this is what happens when we're at home. We start on one thing and then we get distracted. Hi, Jess Hammerly. Heaven's Doors is here with us this morning. Good morning to you. Carolyn Love is with us this morning. Always good to have love in the house. Sue Copeland, good morning to you. And Virginia, hi, Sue. Also, Johnson watching this morning. Terry is here. Carlene is always good to see you. Carlene, hope you had a good weekend. Susan Gidry, I am well. I'm not going to share it today, but I may share a story on myself, maybe tomorrow, the next day, things that are happening with me. But I am well. My resolution for 2021 was, again, to accept the things that are happening around me and to appreciate what is going on. And really, and I know it sounds sappy, but the older you get, the easier it is to realize this. That finite amount of time that we all have on this planet. And my intention is to remind myself constantly that that's what it is. That it is finite and that do something with it. Don't spend my day going, I wish I'd have done this, or at the end of the day going, oh, yeah, I blew that. But to accept what I'm doing, and I'm doing the best that I can, and I'm going to keep trying as hard as I can. Tom, good morning to you as well. Hi, Nancy. Also this morning, Laura Smith, post-snowy Austin. Laura, not only post-snowy in Austin, it's post-snowy in Jasper, it's post-snowy in Nacogdoches, Longview, Tyler, Dallas. It is not post-snowy here. We just didn't get there. I mean, 37 degrees, you're not going to have snow. But and I think Laura and all these other folks who are in these cities where they got snow, it's the good kind of snow as far as I'm concerned. The kind of snow that you get, you look, it's pretty, it stays on the ground, but it doesn't stay on the road. So it doesn't create the driving problems. Hi, Kenny Kidd. Hope you're doing good this morning. Glenda is up. Teresa is up with us this morning. Glenna is here from Arkansas. Hi, Glenna. Bet it's cold in Arkansas. If you haven't gotten snow, you're probably getting it this morning, right? Aletha, good morning to you. Stephen Snell in Colorado. Is it Colorado or Colorado? I will always, because I'm a Texan, I will always call it Colorado, but it very well may be Colorado to a lot of other folks. Stephen, hope it's a good one up there. And people always jump to the assumption as soon as you see somebody say, oh, they're from Colorado, they will go, oh, it's snowing. But that's kind of like saying, oh, you're from Texas. Do you have a horse? You got cowboy boots? Well, some do, some don't. Sherry Barnett, good morning, Dan from Needleton. We missed the snow. My Mississippi family got it. Yeah, and you could probably, your Alabama family might be getting it too over that way. Hi, Angie. Yeah, it's Monday, and we're going to make the most of it. Tom says, he's in Illinois. He's getting all of your snow this morning. Yeah, you enjoy it. Jess Hammerly says, yeah, it's cold. Nancy, good morning to you. Susan's a little bit cold too. Do you guys like cold days? I got to tell you, I'm a big fan. I really am. I've always enjoyed cold weather, but I don't like it as much as I did at one time. Maybe I've lived in Southeast Texas and in the tropics too long. I like cold weather if I'm prepared for it. I like cold weather if I'm dressed for it, but don't put me out in cold weather without, good gear. I'm not good at that one. I want to layer a couple of layers on. If it's really, really bitterly cold, you want your gloves, that sort of thing. But I enjoy it. Like yesterday, and it wasn't because it was cold weather and I was out in it. It was because it was cold weather and I was sitting in my house, me and the wife, fireplace going, not worrying about, I need to go this, I need to do that. It's like, we're just going to enjoy. We're going to sit and have time together, conversation, watch the telly a little bit, do some other odds and ends. Morning, Pat. Hope things are good over there in Houston. Hi, Mindy. Show me some snow pics. Oh, Mindy, okay. If we get some snow pics, I'll show them to you. But there are lots of pics out there. Just go on Facebook anywhere, and you will find them. Anybody who doesn't live here, right? Aletha, good morning to you there in Lumberton. Christy Lanko, Michigan. All right. Wolverine fan, maybe? In Michigan, connections to Southeast Texas, perhaps. Hi, David. Good morning to you. Tamela, Cabra, over in Louisiana. Okay, I'm always been, for 40 years of doing this, you're always tested, and nothing tests you more. For those who don't know, I do college basketball, college football on ESPN for ESPN, ESPN Plus, that sort of thing. And nothing tests more than looking at a college or a roster for basketball. And all of a sudden, some of the names that we have given our kids, wow. I mean, Y for I is a very popular thing now. The Christy might be spelled with a Y or an I, but there are a lot of interesting spellings out there. April, I got yours, no problem. Aletha, I got yours. Good morning. Glad you're a first-time viewer. Brian, good morning to you, sir. Also, Tammy is here with us this morning over in Port Neches. Patricia is watching in Lubbock. I know you got snow out in Red Raider country too, right? Beverly, good morning to you. Oh, I always like to see Richard. Richard, good morning, especially to you. Oh no, more propaganda. Okay, I'll have to address that one later. Susan Gidry, good morning to you. Glad you're starting your day with us. Hi, Christine and Silsby. Esther says, stay warm. That is one thing you don't have to worry about, Esther. In my house, with my lovely wife, I promise. It will be warm. Brian Morton says, just wear a mask. For God's sake, just wear a mask. I hear you. Rosemary in San Marcos, hope you're good. What always pops to mind, and this is a terrible thing. because there are some beautiful things in San Marcos. There are some great places in San Marcos. But always, of course, I could say, oh, it's Texas State University, or it's the old springs, and that we used to go to in San Marcos. Now it's always the outlet malls that just come to mind. Also, Brian says, follow the guidelines. Jess Hammerly, nothing but cold rain in Mauriceville. Yeah, a lot of folks got that. Gertie Bailey says, good morning, stay safe, moving forward, doing the best we can. That's all you can do at this point, the best that you possibly can. Hi, Nilda. Here in the Philippines, no snow. I wish one day. Good luck on that one. And if it does snow in the Philippines, Nilda, we're all in real serious trouble, right? If that should actually happen. All right, a lot of other folks weighing in. And if I do everybody, we'll never get into what else is going in this morning. But I always like to, Glenda Tucker checking in from Arkansas. Things are, Florence checking in this morning. Alex Hayes, things can't change if the Texas governor won't get on board and order that mask be mandatory. I myself have lost too many loved ones, friends to this virus. Please wear a mask, save lives. Okay. Gosh, all kinds of stuff out there. All right, we'll get to them. But again, you feel free to keep sending your comments. Even if I don't read them during the live stream, I read them. I know that you're there. I know that you're sending them. I'm watching. All right, so let's jump in, check in what's happening in the headlines. We'll start at KFDM.com this morning, where you can see Southeast Texas political leaders weighing in on the effort to impeach the president. Should they also be weighing in on whether they feel that they had any part to play with what happened? If a representative signed the letter for Electoral College, should they be weighing in on that? Maybe they already have. I think most of them already have. The two of them from Southeast Texas, which would be Randy Weber and Brian Babbitt. Also this morning, you can go and see the president presenting the award posthumously, of course, Babe Didrikson Zaharias. If you have never been to the Babe Didrikson Zaharias Museum on Interstate 10 in Beaumont, you should go by. You really should. Take the kids, the grandkids, make a field day out of it. Where else in Southeast Texas do you have a chance to see an Olympic medal? Probably not too many other places. But if you go there and all you have to do is walk, it is absolutely free. Doesn't cost you anything. If you want to go to the Babe Zaharias Museum, you can walk in. It doesn't take you 20 minutes to walk around. If you want to do more, it can take more time. But again, Olympic gold medals, U.S. Open championship cups. There's all kinds of things in there. But again, now the Medal of Freedom, I guess, is also in there as well since it went to them. What else do we have for you this morning? I wanted to go over to the Chronicle because, one of the complaints that I'm getting, and believe me, I hear you, not just on the live stream, but in person. When I go out, people are, this is what I like, this is what I don't like. How come this is happening? Why are they doing this? Why are you doing this? Get it. But here is the biggest question I'm getting these days. Why is the vaccination turned into such a mess? How hard can it be? That's what people are asking. How hard can it be? Well, as you can see now, most of Texas vaccine doses will begin to be directed at large hospitals and pharmacies next week to speed up the vaccination effort. The vaccination hubs could vaccinate more than 100,000 people in a week. Here is my concern for those of us living in Southeast Texas. I'm eligible. I'm in the group. I'm in, 1A. So I should be able to get the vaccine. The problem is finding the vaccine in Southeast Texas, getting on the list, making sure that, they really do have it once you get on the list. My concern and my fear is, and yours may be as well, that when they start doing these large vaccination hubs, that the bulk of the effort is going to be in major metropolitan areas. Now, Beaumont might be included, but what about Silsbee? What about Jasper? What about some of these smaller communities? Are they going to be overlooked? That's what you should keep an eye on moving forward when we talk about these vaccines. and where you can get it and how you can get it. And of course, a big problem is this is a real story. Vaccines that are expiring that are going to go unused. To me, isn't that inexcusable? I mean, is there any reason that should happen? It seems like if that's the case, oh, we're about to expire. Hey, let's call a bunch of people. Let's put a call out to the media. Let them get the word out that we've got a bunch of vaccines that are about to expire. Let's inoculate as many people as we can. But of course, I don't know all the reason. I don't know all the rhymes. It could be very well that, hey, we don't have enough people to do it. Good, give it to somebody who can. Call in those nursing students who are working at, Lamar University, Port Arthur State College. I mean, there's got to be some way we make this work. And here's the other thing. If you're going to say, here are the requirements to get the vaccine, then you should stick to those requirements, right? If you're going to say this is what it takes in order, and only these people are supposed to get the vaccine, then that's what it should be. Set it up, run it right, get it run, get it done. To this point, it seems like almost, what are we at now? I think 30% of the vaccines, did I see, have been administered to this point, and a large number have now been either expired, not used. Again, organization would go a long way. Hopefully somebody steps in here quickly. All right, here's the other story I wanted to bring to your attention today. 1 in 5 hospital beds in Texas, as I said earlier, occupied by a COVID-19 patient. Every single day, it seems like we're setting new records in the state of Texas. By the number of cases, and these are lab-tested, lab-confirmed cases, by the number of hospitalizations, we're up 548 patients compared to a week ago. And here's the thing. We're still not far enough out from the holidays that you've seen the max number of fallout, not to mention all the super spreader events that might be going on around the country. And then average new deaths. Again, keep an eye on hospitalizations. This morning we had 12 ICU beds in Jefferson and the surrounding 8 counties. Important. Somebody has a stroke, somebody has a heart attack, they have to have a place to go. And if all the ICU beds are taken, that's a problem. All right, so that's why we're keeping a look on those numbers. All right, one light note to leave you with this morning before we go, and that's this. If you made a resolution and you said, I'm going to lose weight this year, I'm going to be healthier in 2021. Well, guess what? You're in with the crowd. Look at this. This is from YouGov.com. And about 1 in 4 Americans made that resolution. I'm committed to exercising. 46% said this was their number one goal. 45% said improving their diet. 44% losing weight. And 41% saving money. So that was last year. So they asked people in a follow-up, were you able to do that? Surprisingly, almost half of those who made those resolutions say they kept some, if not all of them. While just over 1/3 say they kept all of their resolutions. Only 16% said they didn't keep any of them. So there it is. If you're wondering, what do people resolve? There it is. More exercise, improving fitness, number 1, losing weight, saving money, improving diet, pursuing career ambition, spending more time with my family. See, now, if I were suggesting, I would say that spending more time with your family might need a higher calling, a higher number than that. But again, this is, you haven't been doing it, so you're saying you're going to do it, right? And then quitting drinking entirely. Very low on the list. Cutting down, just above it. So, okay, there you go. New Year's resolutions. I would just throw this in a caveat, through time. I found that New Year's resolutions, to me, if you leave them open-ended, if it's just I resolve to do, less likely to happen. If it becomes a goal, and you say, in the first 6 weeks of 2021, I resolved to fill in the blank, you're a whole lot more likely to do it. That's just me. If I set a short-term goal versus this long-term goal, maybe it'll happen. By the way, today is National Clean Up Your Desk Day. So if you look around, you guys can see mine. It's not pristine, but it's not too bad. But I'm not the cleanest guy anyway. But now you have an excuse to do it. All right, we will continue to follow, again, the saga of vaccines. Will we or won't we? Will they ever get it together? Why don't they do it at hospitals? Well, I think part of that problem is you really don't want 1,000 people a day going to the hospitals. They're already having issues. So maybe the secret is somewhere other. I like the idea of drive-through. I like the idea you pull up in your car, you roll your window down if you want to get it, you get it, and you're on your way, right? But maybe it should be at fire stations. Maybe it should be at universities. I don't know. But we'll continue to watch and take your suggestions and your comments on it as well. All right, do me a favor, if you will, hit me with a like. That's just the thumbs up that you see there on the screen. I would appreciate that. I also ask you on Friday, do you want to keep doing these? Is this something that you think is a good idea? Let me know in the comments. Just say, sure, yeah, please, or no, I had enough. I don't need you to add to all the other sounds, echoes, verbiage that's coming into my life. Let me know. And like I say, I read these. I always want to know what you're thinking. Also want to remind you there are lots of ways to keep up with what's going on. You can follow us here on the KFDM Facebook page. You can also follow me, Morning TV Dan, on Twitter. Or you can check out what's going on YouTube at our Dan's at Home page. You can subscribe. We send all these over to YouTube as soon as we get finished doing them live on this particular medium. Then we send them straight over there. So if you miss them, you can catch up over there. You can also catch up here on Facebook. If you don't see us live, you can still watch it anytime you want. All right. So listen, do me a favor. Stay warm today. Remember to reach out to somebody. You know, somebody maybe that would have, I don't know, you could take a meal to. Maybe somebody you could just make a phone call to, check on them. Hey, you doing okay today? Encourage somebody today. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. And maybe the person you encourage should be yourself. And that's okay too. All right. Anyway, you go out and make it a terrific day. Look forward to seeing you again soon. And of course, we'll see you bright and early tomorrow morning back on KFDM and KBTV Fox 4.